Your health from the ground up. I got to bring my keyboard in here and I can play my theme song. Maybe I'll do that for next time. I'll play it live and then I'll really be on the spot because I won't be able to make a single mistake if I do that. So anyway, welcome to Wondrous Roots, your health from the ground up. My name is Becky Montrone. I have a business of practice here in Keene called Wondrous Roots. So Wondrous Roots means, well, it starts from my Wondrous Roots. My parents, my father was a compound pharmacist. My mother was a registered nurse, and she's the one who got us all into nutrition and wolfing down handfuls of vitamins every day. My father was a great compounder, so made medicines. In fact, I have actually, somebody brought me in, I got to find it here on my desk, a copy of a handout of some of his formulas when he was practicing for those 45 years or so that he was. But here we go, Compounding Pharmacy, A Lost Art. And some of his really popular formulas are in here. So I got the bug for making medicine from my dad. So came by all of this naturally. They are my Wondrous Roots. Wondrous Roots is also kind of funny because, of course, my husband and I being out of Keene, New Hampshire for most of our adult life, our married life, back in 2009. But when I started Wondrous Roots, I had no idea that I would eventually be back here. And I am, and we are. So Dale grew up here too. So that's really cool. And then Wondrous Roots. So when people have health conditions, they are usually related one to another, which is a good thing because it means if you can figure out where that relationship lies, you have a much better chance at making improvement, right? So modern medicine, as we know it today, tends to look at things in individual categories, whether it be gastrointestinal or neurological or cardiology or urology or endocrinology. And we need those specialty practices for sure, but it tends to isolate things. And a lot of times the connections aren't made between, this thing and that thing, your cardiovascular problem and maybe, what do I want to say? Usually we do make a connection between cardiovascular and say diabetes, but maybe something like your neurological, your brain, things that can be going on. So anyway, what we do here at Wondrous Roots, what I do and when I work with people is try to determine the common denominators. The lowest common denominators. That's probably a good way, another definition of roots, the way I'm speaking about them here. And then the roots, using the roots of the earth, the roots, the berries, the resins of the plants, the leaves, the flowers, whatever part it might be, the bark in many cases as well. Really God's provision in the earth for the remedies we need if we only know how to use them. That's the important thing. So anyway, Wondrous Roots, we are located in Keene, New Hampshire. We're open 9:30 to 5, Monday through Fridays every week. And our number here is 603-439-2603. You can also shout out to me from my website, wondrousroots.org. Contact us when those messages come through. They come through to my private email. Nobody else sees them. So I'm the only one. Sometimes people will say, I spoke to Rebecca about this, like somebody else on my staff is reading them and they're not. So that's really important, right? If you're asking me about health questions, I really am very careful to keep my lips tight about anything confidential. So I will get back to you at my earliest convenience. What else do I want to say about that? We are located, for those of you in this area, we are located on the third floor of the Miller Forge building on Roxbury Street. It's an absolutely wonderful building. It's gorgeous. It's a redone sort of mill building from way back when. We have ample parking. free parking, which is a commodity here in Keene. And we have complete handicap access as well. Even though we're on the third floor, we have a rickety elevator, but it works. It's dependable. It's just been around for a while. And we're on, our open door is there the minute you step off the stairwell or the elevator. Okay, what else do I want to say by means of introduction? It's really been nice because many times a lot of you can't tune in at noon on Saturday, and it doesn't matter with Zoom. It doesn't matter because shortly after I do this, the recording is up and I pass that on and make that available to you. And I see that a lot of you are tuning in at a more convenient time for you. So that's really wonderful. And if you are tuning in, you have received my newsletter. I intend to put these up shortly on our YouTube channel. Forgot about that. And somebody came in the other day was saying, you know, you really should get these up on YouTube. And that's a great idea. And Dale, my husband, set that all up a while back for our Proactive Health Collective of Keene. If any of you remember that, with Dr. Jean Clerkin and acupuncturist Allison Millar, chiropractors Tisa and Matt Apatelli. We were doing that, and we had a nice YouTube, handle there. So do that, and I think that way we'll be able to gather people from outside. That was outside of our family, as it is right now. That was one of the beauties of doing live radio. There were some disadvantages. The one advantage was reaching people who were just popping on the radio. They're in their car running errands. And I was able to reach a lot of people in the Keene area that way. And many of them are sorry to see that end. And I am sorry to see that end for that reason. But we'll do our best the way we're doing it now. I like being able to being able to interact with you. And let's talk about that. If you are going to want to talk with me, you can do that. So that's the beauty. This is like talk radio. So if you look at the bottom of your Zoom screen, you'll see a number of little things there that you can click on. One is the raise hand. You can raise your hand and then I'll see that and I just will click and call on you, just like I'm your teacher at school. You can click on the chat and the chat will appear. And then what I can do with that is answer you that way or read your question or your comment and talk about it, whatever seems appropriate. You can also do that in the Q&A. You just click on that and type. If you raise your hand, I will ask you to unmute yourself so I can hear yourself talk. I can hear you talk and we can all hear you talk. And you can hear yourself talk as well. So I think that kind of covers it. This is our third Zoom, I believe. And so this was like the first time I didn't have myself muted before I started. So I don't have to like go in and edit the video like I did the last two times. I'm drinking the tea I'm talking about today. Oh, and I want to show you. So when I first started talking about tea, that was my first Zoom program. I was talking about, somebody emailed in the chat or said in the chat, what about tea bags? And so rather than put them up in tea bags, and that person actually ordered 3 of our teas this week, I included a bunch of these really cool tea bags. So they look like, well, I should have brought one in that's not open, but they're just like, they look like little thin coffee filters. And then you put in your amount of tea, and this is the lean tea. And you can do that. It's really a great way so you don't have all those twigs and things. It actually is a better filter than even our, what do we call those? Diffusers, not a tea diffuser. Yeah, I think so. But where they've got holes in the thing, it could be a tea ball or something else, but you don't really get any kind of bleed through of plant material to speak of with the tea bags. This does taste really good. It's my first taste of this tea. If you're looking at my newsletter, you can see the picture of I decided to do a separate computer for this so I don't get all discombobulated, so I can actually even show you. That in the back room is what the tea looks like before I put it in the jars. And you can see in there the top larger things are goji berries, the reddish ones, like the orangey ones. The sticks are eleuthero root, and the kind of the chunky berry, like up cluster of berries up at the top there, that is the bilberry. We're going to be talking about bilberry today. And I think, and then the orange pieces, the orange flecks, that's orange peel, which is very good for weight loss. We also have in there schizandra berries and coriander seed, which I've never used. I've used cilantro. So cilantro and coriander, right, are the same thing. And I've used cilantro. Cilantro is in our Metabolism Up formula. And cilantro is really good. You can make cilantro or coriander seed water to drink. You can find that online. I didn't put that in my newsletter today, but you can, a little bit of motorcycle action out there. Anyway, you can use coriander, right, is the same thing as cilantro, but cilantro is the leaf and coriander is the seed. Anyway, I've never worked with coriander seed before, but they're really delightful. They're in there. And the thing I say here, my recent adventure into formulating and making medicinal teas has been and continues to be fun, interesting, educational, and even tasty, excuse me. One thing I love about medicinal tea blends is that the various roots, berries, leaves, flowers, seeds, etc., have so many overlapping health benefits. That's good news because you don't have to get a jar of each. For example, the plants in my newest tea potion for weight loss, lean tea, are terrific for other areas of health, such as the brain, the heart, wellness, things we've been talking about. Plants in this, you might say, hey, I really want to do a tea that has benefit for helping me lose weight. I want to lose some weight. I want a better metabolism. But hey, this is helping your immune system. The plants in here are helping you de-stress and be calm. Okay, so your immune system, such as maybe a wellness tea or just anything out there. I'm just comparing with my teas at the moment. Healthy heart, like our heart tea. So digestion, these are all here. It's all, these plants have so many overlapping things. It's so great, isn't it? Because think about how different it is from pharmaceuticals, where you would do, say you wanted to lose weight and you order and you get your doctor to prescribe you a Ozempic or whatever, those popular things right now that now we're finding people are having huge problems with, because they actually can shut off, they slow your digestion down, but the side effects that people are finding that are really concerning is not being able to get back to normal, what do I want to say, gut motility, right? So you don't want gastroparesis. You don't want a paralyzation of that. You don't want a gastric bypass surgery. You just really don't, right? Because your stomach is like, it's properly, God made your stomach and your intestines and the way they work together for that, the way they are for a reason. So you go in there and you take out part of it, and you have limited digestion in the stomach area where you need your protein digested and certain nutrients are taken up, and you're just messing with things that you don't want to mess with, that you don't need to mess with. And yet when you do these things in the natural world of health, and that doesn't mean to say that there aren't ways you could kill yourself with herbs. Oh, sure you can. I mean, most poisons are herbs, but when we use things properly, I won't say most poisons are herbs. What do I want to say? Oh, I'm thinking of things that you can overdo, such as belladonna or something like that. But so because it's natural doesn't make it safe. That's one of those things we always have to keep in mind. But we do have, if we know how to use them, oh my goodness, it's just amazing. So you're doing something again for weight loss, but it's good for your heart, but it's good for your brain, but it's good for your stress. So we have our unwind tea, right? Well, this helps with unwinding too. So you're not be, well, I'm going to have my weight loss tea in the morning, then I'm going to have my unwind, then I'm going to have my heart tea. It's like, no, like choose one that you really like that has overlapping, qualities, and stick with it. This is really good. That's the other thing. Oh, flavor. So sometimes I have a hard time getting certain plants, and we make a tincture, herbal extract or liquid extract tincture of wild lettuce. And wild lettuce, I love. People love it. We blow through so much of that because it's a natural opiate, but it's non-addictive. So it's really great for pain. It's great for relaxation, uplifting. To your spirits, your mind, helps with sleep if you take it at night, sleep in general, but then sleep, especially if you're uncomfortable at night because you're in pain or whatever. And anyway, I could not find the powder no matter what I did. And we do our percolations with powders. So I finally had to break down and just buy the cut and sifted, which I would use in a tea, but we have a grinder, and thinking, well, if I can't get the powder, we're just going to have to grind it down to a powder consistency and do it that way. So I got 4 pounds of it in yesterday. In the meantime, yesterday, I got 3 pounds of the powder, organic, all good, all reputable quality, but I finally found some on eBay. And I thought, well, this is terrific because, I'll add this. I formulated a sleep formula, and I'm going to be, I haven't made it yet. I'm going to make it today, later on. But I thought I'll just add that to the sleep formula. But I had that in my mind. And then I came in today and I saw it sitting there and I said, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then I said, no, I'm not. Why? Because, wild lettuce is otherwise known as bitter lettuce. It doesn't taste good. So thankfully, in the plant kingdom, there are many choices for the effect we want to get. And we don't have to go with a tea. We don't really care if it's a tincture, right? It's just like, suck it up, buttercup. You don't like the way this tastes, it's over in a second. But if you're sipping on tea, you want tea to taste good. This is also really, it's pink. You can see that. It looks redder in the cup, but that's in my straw. Anyway, so I can't use that wild lettuce. We're going to have to just hang on to it and grind it and use it as powder, because I don't want to. I don't know. I think what I'll do is formulate the tea, and then I'll take out a small amount and I'll add some wild lettuce and I'll taste it and see. You have to be your own guinea pig when you do this kind of thing, but that's really, really fun. It's a really fun. So, yeah, I say there too, a lot of people, and, your belief system can be what it is. And I totally respect that. But I say, move aside Mother Nature. Don't you just marvel at the handiwork of our great God? I sure do. And I love this Psalm 104, which really speaks about how God is behind nature and weather. Yes, he is the ultimate climate changer. But in these few verses, he sends forth springs in the valleys. They flow between the mountains. They give drink to every beast of the field. The wild donkeys quench their thirst. Beside them, the birds of the heavens dwell. They lift up their voices among the branches. He waters the mountains from his upper chambers. The earth is satisfied with the fruit of his works. Really, really amazing. You look around and you think about this. You think about medicinal herbs, and you just can't help but have your mind blown. It's just really remarkable. So today I thought what I would do is go through a few of the plants. I got 3 that I chose for the spotlight today. One we've done before, hibiscus, because it appears like, I think it appears in nearly every tea I've made so far. And this is because of that overlap, and also because hibiscus, oh, it's definitely in the vitamin C tea. That's another one, the vitamin C tea that has so much overlap to the heart, to the brain, to your weight loss, really, because there's so much overlap in that tea. To wellness, to your immune system, huge, huge, huge. So this is the thing. This is the fun of mixing and matching and putting different things together, seeing how they taste, how they come out, how they work for you, how you enjoy them. So what I'm going to do is talk about first bilberry. So bilberry, if you have my newsletter there, you can see bilberry is similar to blueberry. It's a cousin. It's not exactly the same. I always think of bilberry for eyesight, and it's in our Wondrous sight formula, herbal tincture formula. Bilberry, the Royal Navy used during World War II to help them be able to see at night. So bilberry is very good for the eyes, and specifically has with reference to night vision, being able to see at night. And so we're going to start out with bilberry. And again, you can look at these things later on when you have time, and if you're interested. It says, talking here about berries in general. So while anthocyanins, a class of chemicals that give berries their bright pigment, are found in many colorful fruits and vegetables, they are especially high in berries and a natural source of antioxidants. I love berries. I've been eating blueberries like every single morning, probably a good, I don't know, half a cup at least, maybe a little bit more, with my yogurt and peanut butter in the morning. And I make my own yogurt. It's really yummy. But berries are just a really great source of these nutrients in your food, and they taste so good. Isn't that nice? That when things are good for you that taste good, it's not, everything is not castor oil. Okay, so anthocyanins are high in antioxidants, which protect against free radical damage. Think aging. Think just about everything in aging when you talk about, when you talk about free radical damage, your skin, your arteries, your brain, your liver, I mean, you name it, your kidneys. Free radical damage affects your eyes. Oh gosh, affects everything. And anyway, so that's the whole idea behind antioxidants. That's the big thing with antioxidants. So are high in antioxidants, which protect against, and what is the highest antioxidant? Come on, class. You know the answer, and I have to say it once every program, at least once. Glutathione. There you go. I got it out. I've done it, and I'm keeping my reputation. Protect and maintain your genetic code or your DNA. Say again, epigenetics, right? So I talk about that with glutathione all the time, how glutathione is the big result of a successful process of methylation, which helps keep our DNA in check. Right? Keeps us from, would love a recipe for homemade yogurt. Okay, Jeannie, I will put that, you know what? I can put that right in the chat. Maybe I will do that right now. Let's see, where's my chat? Okay. Yeah, so I'll be looking for it while I'm talking here. It's in my recipe keeper, which, you know what I should do is, well, I won't share my screen, but here we go. Homemade yogurt. This is how I do it. I have an Instant Pot, and I do it that way. And there are different ways you can do that, do yogurt. But this is super simple. Yogurt. Come on, Becky. How come I can't find it in my index? Because I didn't name it properly. Well, I might have to do this towards the end of. Come on, I know it's here. I did it. Now I'm going through all these recipes. There's probably 100 with yogurt in them. Well, of course, this would be the case Oh yeah, here we go. Instant Pot, Greek yogurt, the Beck method. All right, so this is really fun because you can just do this. You can click on, you can share, you can just click on these and they go to you. And even if you don't have Recipe Keeper, you can still see them, and then you can sign up for your own Recipe Keeper if you want to. So there it is. And yeah, it's really easy to do and it's great. I probably make yogurt every other day. It doesn't take long. I heat up the yogurt, the milk. First I add, I'll just go through a brief run through. I get non-fat, non-instant powdered milk to supplement the whole organic grass-fed milk. You don't want raw milk when you make yogurt unless you want to drink it, because of its whole bacteria is different and you can't get it to firm up. So anyway, I mix some of the milk with the, and you can do this with low fat if that's your preference too, whatever fat you want to do. I mix about a half cup of that in some, I whisk it in, and then I put it in and I heat it in a skillet. And I have a thermometer until it gets to be between 180 and 200 degrees. And then you just let it cool, skim off the top, and you have some starter yogurt from your last batch. Or if you're doing this for the first time, get some Fayez, I don't know how to say that, the F, I don't know, you know that yogurt. Use the 5% for that. You take a couple tablespoons or so, and you mix, you let it cool down to 110 degrees. Then you mix that in, a little bit of that milk in with the yogurt and stir it back in. Then I put it in the Instant Pot and I let mine go on the yogurt setting for 12 hours. And that comes out really great. Then I have a cool strainer that I use, that I got on Amazon. And it's a Greek yogurt strainer. So just search for that on Amazon if you're interested in doing it. But it's nice because you put it in, it's a fine mesh, and you put it in there and it's over the basin. You put the lid on it, put it in the fridge for about 12 hours, and all the whey comes out. And you get the nice thick Greek yogurt. The whey you can buy organic buttermilk powder, which I often do, and make my own buttermilk with it. You can use it in salad dressings. You can use it for a number of things. Just go online and look what you can do with the whey. It's so good for you. It's a good source of protein. And it's really economical way to get your yogurt. I actually have one right here. So this is my yogurt, and this particular one has peanut butter. It has some honey I ordered from Greece. It's a certain special honey. It's so delicious. And what else did I put in there? Vanilla extract. And then I have my orange slices over here. You remember my big thing with oranges. Yeah, so I have those over here. Isn't this fun that we can actually see all my orange slices to go with that? So good, healthy food doesn't have to be, and it's easy to do. It's so great to have on hand. And it's fun. It's fun doing. It's not fun for everybody. Not everybody loves to cook and stuff, but I do. So anyway, yeah, good. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you brought that up, Jeannie. All right, so, okay, safeguard against inflammation. We're talking about the anthocyanins, again, found in berries, numerous berries. Are good, heart healthy and good for your cardiovascular system, help to fight cancer, can prevent and even reverse the effects of aging in the brain. Wahoo. Okay, here's a hint. It says here, which you may want to know which foods contain the most. So we have blueberry, cranberry, bilberry, raspberry, blackberry, blackcurrant, cherry, purple corn. Purple corn, wow. I wouldn't think of that as a berry. Acai, muscadine, and muscadine grape, and red cabbage. Okay, so they're talking about the foods. Most of them are berries. Okay, done. All right, purple corn. Like, who eats purple corn? Have you? I don't know. Raise your hand if you've had purple corn. The bilberry and weight loss. The bilberry is a close relative of the blueberry. Unlike the blueberry, the bilberry is not common in North America. It is native to Northern and Central Europe. And because it is a soft and juicy berry. Bilberries are generally only available fresh at local markets and in gourmet stores. Bilberry skin and flesh is a deep, rich purple color. And as you might expect, bilberries are full of anthocyanins. As it turns out, the bilberry may be able to help resolve a constellation of disorders called metabolic syndrome. So that's, metabolic syndrome puts you at risk for heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Signs of metabolic syndrome include obesity, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and inflammation. Isn't it great to know that you don't have to say, okay, maybe you have some of those things going on. Maybe and you're like, oh, it's all over. The gig's up. There's no turning this around. Well, that's just not true. Roughly 68 million adults in the United States are affected by metabolic syndrome. Unfortunately, every year we see an increase in numbers of those diagnosed with metabolic syndrome. Yes, you can just look around and see that. There are a lot of reasons for that. I won't go into all of them right now, from poor choices, but also to contamination of food supply and just a plethora of things going on living in the day and age we live. We have to take control. We have to be really proactive, not to just fall into the general, slumber when it comes to our health. Okay, it says, and while metabolic syndrome affects a large number of people in the United States, small changes in lifestyle can provoke dramatic shifts in health. The bilberry naturally contains high concentrations of anthocyanins. According to a 2011 study published in Nutrition and Metabolism, the anthocyanins in bilberries interfere with insulin signaling. Insulin plays a major role in the regulation of blood sugar and in the deposit of fat. Researchers have found that the anthocyanins in bilberries block the expression of genes that are triggered by high blood sugar. And these genes encourage weight gain. So that's really cool. Yeah, talk about something. It's not just like, okay, bilberries are good for you. I think I'll have another sip. Bilberries are good for you. They're good for you. And if you eat berries, like sometimes when you read stuff about berries and weight loss, right? It's getting harder and harder. Those of you who are natural health aficionados like I am, and many of you are, or you wouldn't even be tuning in right now. But, oh, well, if you eat berries, then you won't eat bad stuff. You're eating berries instead. So that's how it helps with your weight loss. It kind of just constantly gives you these kind of schmucky excuses as to why these things help. But we've got scientific studies here, right? About making a difference in the genetic background stuff that's contributing to our weight gain. The authors of the study concluded that bilberry anthocyanins may be beneficial for patients recovering from metabolic syndrome. And then I wanted to go put this on a different. All right. Bilberry. I want to go now to more on the bilberry itself. So let me go back in my newsletter to that. So you can really get the real skinny. Ha ha ha. Bilberry, we've talked about what that is. Improves vision. Okay, so this is great. I want to lose some weight. I'll improve my vision while I'm focusing on that. Bilberry is useful for the maintenance of eye health. Scientific studies have also advocated the effectiveness of bilberry extract in preventing age-related ocular disorders, along with other eye diseases such as cataracts and night blindness. Lutein, present in the eye, when combined with the compounds present in bilberry, helps enhance vision. So that's so interesting because we tend to go, and I'm all for it, taking a lutein supplement, right? Great for your health, but so interesting that you have this synergy between the constituents in bilberry and lutein that is present in the eye. And of course, the more you take lutein, the more lutein you have present in the eye. And I would be surprised if bilberry isn't a source of lutein. I would think it would be. But anyway, helps enhance vision. Another research conducted on bilberry has also suggested that its beneficial enzyme stimulating activity protects the eyes from endotoxin-induced uveitis. Okay, so that's inflammation of the uvea. And that's endotoxin induced. So that's endotoxins. Where do we get those? A lot of those come from the toxins in foods, the toxins in our environment, but also endotoxins are involved, are kind of like a byproduct produced by viruses and bacteria, bacterial infections, things like that. We produce these endotoxins. Endotoxins are very important to address. Oh, guess what addresses endotoxins very nicely? High potency vitamin C. I've been talking about that. I've been on a vitamin C kick, as you know, who've been following along with me, keeping me company. Its extracts stimulate the production of rhodopsin pigment, which support the eye's ability to adapt to light changes. So that's really a good tip. If you have trouble with night vision, and I find, as people get older, it gets harder to see at night, and add bilberry. You can do just straight bilberry, but, do something like this, but do it on a regular basis, right? So that's the main thing, is find something that's a tonic for you, whether it be a bilberry supplement in a capsule form or in a tincture form or mixed with other things for the eyes. But do this on a tonic is something to be done daily. Whereas, you would nip it in the bud, not daily, right? Which is Echinacea golden seal and Oregon grape root to ward off a cold coming on. But you don't nip it in the bud every day. You do things to strengthen your immune system, but you don't do that. Tonic herbal mixtures and tonic herbs we do daily as a daily maintenance and thing. So choose a few things and just make sure you do them on a regular basis, like on a daily basis, if you're going to count on them to really make changes in your health. It's not like, oh, I had blueberries last week, or I ate, I had occasionally I will have that. That's not tonic. That won't do it. Bilberry also treats diarrhea. Bilberry has been used to treat stomach disorders such as diarrhea, indigestion, and nausea. It's anti-inflammatory, and its astringent properties help tighten tissues and reduce the symptoms of diarrhea. Also with indigestion, right? So here again is the overlap. We have a digest tea, but suppose with your meal or after your meal, you want to have the weight loss tea. You're also getting digestive help from the tea. So wondrously cool. Anti-inflammatory, again, due to the astringent action of tannins and pectin present in bilberry, it exerts a therapeutic effect on stomach inflammations. It also heals inflammation caused by the mucous membranes of the throat and mouth when applied topically. Okay, so think of, if you have acid reflux, that kind of thing. But very interesting, the mouth also. So when you drink tea and swallow it, very cool. Anti-inflammatory properties of this fruit also assist in curing conditions like thrombosis, okay, hyperclotting of your blood, and angina, the tightness in the chest, which does not bode well if you have tightness in the chest, like angina from your heart. That's not good. Blood health. Research studies have validated the positive effects of bilberry on blood pressure and vascular health, leading to the inhibition of platelet aggregation and smooth muscle contraction. It helps to strengthen capillaries, stimulates circulation, and prevents disorders like varicose veins and hemorrhoids. Whoa, again, a one-stop shop. One formula here, focusing on weight loss, look at all of this. And you know what? It's not just the bilberry and the lean tea. It's also the hibiscus. The hibiscus is huge for blood pressure control, for cardiovascular system in general. Also tastes great. Huge source of vitamin C, which is great for all those systems. How wonderful this is. Isn't it fun talking about stuff like this instead of all the negative stuff that's out there? I just, let's talk about what we can do. Let's talk about all of the resources we have in our hands, and let's be optimistic about our health, and let's not, pay too much heed and give too much credence to all the scary stuff we hear. Let's be proactive. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's not worry about that stuff. Let's take care of ourselves, and let's enjoy doing it. It's so exciting. Okay, chronic venous insufficiency. Okay, again, that is, people is a condition in which the valves in the leg veins that carry blood to the heart get damaged. The result is itching, swelling, pain in the leg. You're a pain in my leg. It sometimes also leads to skin ulcers. Some of you have experienced that, know all about that. The anthocyanosides present in bilberry help to strengthen the blood vessels and decrease the symptoms. Huge. That's huge. Then managing diabetes. That's another way that it's really important in a lean type formula, a formula for weight control, because of the whole blood sugar thing. The effectiveness of bilberry for managing diabetes has been appreciated since early times. I forget which computer I'm on here. And also has been advocated by recent scientific findings. And a study published in the Journal of Nutrition, an animal model revealed that anthocyanin-rich bilberry extracts significantly reduced the blood glucose concentration and improved insulin sensitivity. There you go, bingo. Just see somebody in my chat there, the webinar chat. Hopefully everybody can see that. And this is Connie. Appreciate all the positives you offer us to take better care of our health. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Connie. Oh, and it was great seeing you and Gil in person, all the way from 4 hours away up in northern Maine a couple of weeks ago. That was so great. I loved it. And yeah, it's positive. We're not on the down. We're not going to succumb to this, oh, woe is me. And, oh, go get your next shot. Make sure you get your shots, because you don't want to get, all alarmed about stuff. Look how much power we have. I've been saying that forever. We have much more power than we think we do. We just have to do it. We don't have to make a big squawk about it either. We don't have to fight other people about it who do things another way. Fine, live and let live. But just give me my space. Let me do what I know, what I trust, and what I've been benefiting from. That's how I feel about it. I don't want to get in a fight with anybody, except when they're misleading other people. That's when I get mad. Anyway, I don't want to get off the subject, but thank you for that comment, Connie. Furthermore, the study showed that the berry extract improved hyperglycemia and insulin sensitivity in type 2 diabetes. And then anti-cancer potential while you're at it. A group of researchers from the University of California, Santa Barbara, led by Nguyen, I don't know how to pronounce that name. I see that name, Nguyen, but I'm not even going to try. V et al. Found that bilberry extracts had an anti-proliferative effect on human breast cancer cells, so they're not multiplying, right? They prevent the proliferation of malignant cells and induce apoptosis, programmed cell death. Guess what? You have to turn the gun on yourself. You're dead. To those cancer cells. A comparative study conducted on different berries has rendered bilberry to be the most potent in inhibition of cancerous cells. Wow, I did not know that. There's a lot I do not know. It may also help in reducing the side effects of chemotherapy. Wow, I did not know that either. So that's good for me to know for the future, like tomorrow. All right. Neuroprotective effects. Bilberry can reduce the risk of cognitive issues such as dementia and Alzheimer's. The phenolic compounds present in the fruit alleviates these neurological issues. I'm going to actually click on that study. That's very interesting. That's what I love about articles like this. And now it wants me to skip annoying ads. Well, I'm not going to look at it now while it's being annoying. We'll just go back to where I was. Anyway, I'm going to look at that later. Menstrual cramps. Women have also reported its effects on lowering menstrual cramps. Bilberry extract is also effective in curing ulcers and inhibiting fibrocystic breast disease. So it goes back to that whole thing about, we were talking about acid reflux and stuff like that. Skin care. Bilberry supports and toughens the collagen structures, stalls bacterial growth, and assists in detoxification of the body. It is also recommended by doctors prior to surgeries in order to reduce the associated bleeding later. Usually they tell you not to use anything like that when you're going into surgery. They pull out all your nutritional support at the time you need it the most. You're going to go in, you're going to be cut up, you're going to endure anesthesia, toxicity and whatnot, and just don't take your supplements. And interesting that it helps because it helps with thrombosis. It helps with blood clotting. It helps keep the blood where it's supposed to be, but it helps reduce the associated bleeding. Reminds me of yarrow or cayenne, actually, in that respect, because it's doing a flip-flop depending on what you need, your blood viscosity needs. Very intelligent. Antioxidant power, we talked about that. Maintains liver health. Researchers have shown that the inhibitory and radical scavenging activity of bilberry extracts enhances the level of beneficial, oh, guess what? I get to say it again, glutathione. Bilberry is a precursor of glutathione production. And vitamin C in the body. This was written for me. I did not write this. And reduces the concentration of nitric oxide in the liver tissues. That's another big thing I've been talking about. And how great it is when methylene blue, because methylene blue regulates nitric oxide. People think nitric oxide is great. Let me get a nitric oxide booster and just have all the nitric oxide activity going on. I won't have high blood pressure. It'll be great for my brain. It'll be wonderful. No. Nitric oxide has to be carefully regulated in the body. And bilberry helps do that. It helps enhance. It's a good source of glutathione and vitamin C in the body too. Wow. I don't know if you're as excited. You're probably not as excited about this as I am, but I am very excited. Another antioxidant effect of bilberry is its defense against kidney damage. Scientific research has shown that extracts help in normalizing multiple critical factors, including levels of creatine, serum, blood, urea, nitrogen, and nitric oxide. It also helps to excrete heavy metals from the body, resulting in better detoxification. And I would say that is through its raising of glutathione, because that's what glutathione does. It's the greatest heavy metal detoxifier. Cardioprotective, the heart protective effect is attributed to the potential of anthocyanins present in bilberry, which helps in regulating the cholesterol, balanced lipids in the body. Another study has suggested that it also helps in preventing multiple cardiovascular diseases such as atherosclerosis. So for those of you out there who are concerned about that heart health, and I know I work with several clients who are, very, very, very good information, very encouraging. Antimicrobial, here we go. You're worried about the latest thing floating around in the air, don't want to catch it. Bilberry contains phenolic components which have also been found to exert antimicrobial activity. This inhibitory action of the berry works against various human pathogens, including Salmonella, H. pylori, Bacillus, Clostridium, and Staph aureus, and prevents the development of associated diseases. Recent scientific findings also suggest the potential of its extract in fighting antibiotic-resistant organisms. Very, very cool. All right, I have spent so much time on bilberry, but I'm just like all about it at the moment. Let's go to coriander. I'm going to go there because we've got 10 minutes left and we've talked about hibiscus a lot and I've got the information there. So let's go to coriander. Coriander seeds. Okay. Coriander seeds for weight loss. Coriander seeds can improve digestion. coriander seeds water is a popular detox. This page is going to tell you how to make that coriander seed water too, and you can do that at home. When overlooked, the seeds are some of the most underused parts of the coriander plant. The leaves, sometimes called cilantro, are used in cooking for their intense flavor. However, it's the seeds of the plants that have the best taste and the most health benefits. Coriander seeds contain high concentrations of iron, fiber, protein, magnesium, which are crucial for a healthy diet while losing weight. Coriander seeds can also keep your liver, kidneys, digestive system, bladder in good working order. Okay, so we just saw that the bilberries were good for antibiotic resistant infections. And the first thing I think of is like a urinary tract infection. So we have that. And now we have this is good for the bladder. So, here we go. We're drinking this tea. And again, bilberries are good for digestion. We saw that. Coriander seeds are good for digestion. So we've got such overlap. You don't have to have a cup of every tea. They are perfect boost to maintain your body healthy and help remove toxins. Yes, yes, yes. Coriander seeds can also be used to keep your heart healthy by lowering blood sugar and cholesterol levels. So great. You don't, goodbye metformin, goodbye a statin drug. And don't mess around with things in an unnatural way, like statins do, just kind of slamming your cholesterol without any regard for balance. We've taken a deep dive into how you can use coriander seeds to lose weight and keep your digestive system healthy, as well as the other amazing benefits of these seeds. Okay, so for weight loss, coriander seeds are very popular for anyone looking to lose a little extra weight. Here are just some of the ways coriander seeds can help you lose weight. Coriander seeds can increase fat burning. The seeds contain a compound that changes the lipid metabolism of your body. This sounds very technical, but it really means your body can dissolve fat and pass it as waste instead of storing it. That's why I use cilantro in Metabolism Up, because it really helps with the whole fat thing, the fat in your body. Yeah. But you get what I'm saying. Dissolve the fat and pass it as waste instead of storing it. Well, yeah. One study found that just 2 grams of ground coriander seed powder a day was enough to drastically impact the lipid parameters in the body. Not only does this mean that your body won't store fat in the future, but it will also start burning off existing fat. Yes, that's what we want. We want to say, all right, fat, I got too much of you, go. If you're feeling a little big around the middle or just want to burn off some extra weight, coriander seeds can help you do that. Your body will literally break down fat and dissolve it faster than before. And then they've got some things, the best natural appetite suppressant teas, how to get rid of menopause belly naturally, the best menopause teas for weight loss. I'll have to check those out. Coriander seeds can help dissolve fats, but the seeds have the additional benefit of boosting your metabolism. This means that when you exercise, your body will expend more energy and convert existing fat stores to help keep you going. For every workout you do, you'll burn more fat and build more muscle. We will take that. Coriander seeds are a good source of potassium, which is used by the body to help break down certain carbohydrates. That's good. And I almost did this program on potassium today because, well, let me just show you something. Look at this book. All right. The Anti-Aging Encyclopedia. Look at that. All right. It'll take me 20 years to get through this book. I will definitely be aged, but it is really fantastic. And it talks about everything. I mean, it's just everything. But somehow when I was flipping through it this morning, I got stuck on potassium and thought, I haven't really paid that much to put attention to potassium. So maybe I'll do that in the upcoming future. If you're trying to reduce weight but don't want to give up bread, pasta, and other carbs, oh, that sounds really good. Adding coriander seeds is a great way to convert the carbohydrates in your diet into energy instead of fat. That's very exciting. Moreover, coriander also contains lots of different dietary fibers. Your body can break down fibers properly, which means that you use even more energy to digest them. Now, I would just say, you're drinking the tea, I don't think you're getting the fiber, right? You're getting no, you'd have to like eat the seeds. I don't think that would be more like, yeah, anyway. We won't get hung up on that. Continually trying to break down fiber, blah, 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 blah. You can use coriander seeds like you use the herb to add flavor to food. Usually the seeds are ground up and you can buy the powder to add to curries and other dishes. You can also buy the whole seed. They are great when toasted in a pan and added to smoothies, baked dishes, and other foods. You can also soak the seeds in water overnight to create coriander seed water. This is a super healthy drink, and you can still strain and use the seeds in cooking later. That's a fun thing to do. I think I'm going to try that. So there you go. Yeah, so that's like the kind of stuff you would get in the tea. You get what comes out in the water. Summary, coriander seeds are an excellent way to aid weight loss because they boost your metabolism. You burn more fat when you exercise and continue burning fat throughout the day. They also contain compounds that can help change how your body processes fat so it dissolves away and doesn't get stored on your body. And coriander seeds can improve digestion. The same fiber that helps to boost your metabolism is also great for digestion. It helps slow everything down and keep your digestive system working hard to remove nutrients from your food. The seeds also help to boost trypsin in your body. This is the process of the enzymes in your small intestine breaking down proteins. Just like the fiber, this gives your digestion a boost to break down food properly, keep the bits you need, and get rid of the rest rather than storing it as fat. Wow, so that's like hugely excellent for digestion, without a doubt. Very good information. And let me go back one more to 8 proven health benefits of coriander seeds. I'm going to wrap up with that. We've got about 3 minutes left. I'm just going to briefly run through because we were talking mostly about weight loss there. And that was the number 1, weight loss, but they already said that. Improves thyroid conditions, coriander. If you have problems like hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism, consider eating coriander seeds. Benefits include hormone regulation. Thanks to its rich level of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, a coriander tea, smoothie, or water can be a vital part of your diet. Improves digestion. There we go. Its ability to cool down inflammation. This means it can ease gas, bloating, and other symptoms of an irritated digestive system. And we saw that with bilberry. So we've got 2 in there. This is definitely a digestive tea as well. And I think drinking with meals would be the perfect time, to drink it before, or I would say with or after. Relieves allergic reactions. Thanks to its cooling properties, coriander is great for calming allergies. It can relieve common symptoms like hives, itching, and swelling. To use it on the skin, make a paste by combining 1 teaspoon honey and a ½ teaspoon ground coriander seeds. Apply it on the affected area and wash off after 5 to 10 minutes. Coriander seed tea can also benefit a swollen mouth or throat. Simply boil, okay, so that's tea. You can also add coriander seeds to a cooling cucumber or parsley juice. Calms arthritis because of its anti-inflammatory properties. You can make your own ointment by mixing a ½ teaspoon coriander seed powder with shea butter, coconut oil, your favorite unscented lotion. This is the kind of fun stuff. Coriander seed essential oil can also benefit arthritis. You can, and mix, you can 5 drops of that with coconut, olive, or grapeseed oil. You can even add other anti-inflammatory oils like frankincense, tea tree, bay leaf, lemon, rub that. Reduces heavy menstrual flow. Women with excessive menstrual flow can benefit from drinking water. I might consider adding that to my cycle tea, which is for women with heavy menstrual flow. I did not know that about coriander. It will regulate bleeding, making sure the blood loss isn't too high. And the high iron content of coriander seeds will help replenish the blood, therefore improving energy. Yep, got to change that formula next time I make it. Controls diabetes. Coriander seeds maintain insulin activity, reduce glucose level in the blood. The insulin secretion increases in the pancreas because of the stimulating effect of coriander on the endocrine glands. This reduces the chances of sudden drop in blood sugar level to ensure other normal metabolic function. And improves eye health. Improves eye health right along with the bilberry. We are at 1 p.m. I want to say thank you to everybody for attending. This has been a lot of fun. And I will be back next week. Who knows? I don't know now what I'll talk about, but it'll be something at least that I'm interested in. And I hope that you will be able to enjoy as well. Take care, everybody. And I'll see you next time.